Player introduction. Introducing the Windsor South Blue Sox. Number 44, Devin Fry. Number 19, Haley Trudell. Number 16, Ben Collins. Number 9, Tyler Trudell. Number 25, Trevor Lozier. Number 8, Jacob Sadler. Number 24, Cole Gorham. Number 26, Lincoln Conley. Number 27, Owen Whitewit. And on the bench for number 31, Zane Piacentine. Number 58, Ryan Hiroki. And number 64, Andrew Golab. Coaches of Windsor, number Mike. Timmins Lynx, number 11, Felix Collins. Number 37, Caden MacArthur. Number 38, Bowen Harvey. Number 8, Alex Woodwan. Number 20, Maverick Carrier. And number 21, Aaron Verbeek. Number 40, Brody Vachon. Number 13, Brennan Waugh. Number 6, Evan Oshowi. And on the bench, number 3, Maverick Bourget. Team manager, Sean MacArthur, and coach Dan Baudin. Your Timmins Lynx. Today's umpires, as assigned by District 1, behind the plate, David Trimble. On first base, Doug Dagley. On second base, Kyle Warner. And on third base, Rob McDonald. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand if you can. Remove your hats as Jacob Sadler from the Windsor South Blue Sox recites the Little League Pledge, followed by the volunteer pledge read by Douglas Sadler.
I trust in God. I love my country and respect its laws. I will play fair and strive to win, but win or lose, I will always do my best.
I will teach all children to play fair and do their best. I will positively support all managers, coaches, and players. I will respect the decisions of the umpires. I will praise a good effort despite the outcome of the game.
Please remain standing for the playing of the Canadian National Anthem. Players play ball, have a great game. Coaches and captains to home plate, please.
Good afternoon, folks. This is your host, Nick Regato. Today's game of the 2019 Junior Ontario Little League Championships, coming to you live from Glen Abbey Park in beautiful Oakville. Today's game, this is the fourth game for these teams. Timmins is the home team versus the visiting team, Windsor South Blue Sox. Let me set up the pitching matches for today's game. Timmins, number 11, Felix Collins. Tall lefty. This is, I believe, his third appearance in the tournament so far. He gets the responsibilities of throwing the first pitch for Timmins today. The Windsor South Blue Sox will be countering with number 8, Jacob Sadler. It's a beautiful day today, folks. Wind is blowing gently out to right field. Not like quite like the past days where it's been scorching heat, feeling well into the 40s with the humidex reading. Today's a little bit cooler. I think it feels a little bit like about 30 or 32, somewhere around there, but a lot easier to deal with than the past couple of days. And it looks like the umpire's just cleaning off the plate, getting things ready. And we're about set for the first pitch. And number 44, Devin Fry, leading off for Windsor, watches ball one. One ball, one strike. One ball, two strikes. Catches the outside corner. Felix coming in with a curveball there, just misses up and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Felix trying to get Fry to chase that one. Count is now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And Felix paints the corner with a fastball there. Strike 3. Devin Fry is retired, watching. Now up to bat, number 19, Kaylee Trudell. Kelly swings through that for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes to Kelly. Strike 3. Let me set up the defense for Timmins. Pitching is Felix Collins, and leading off, Caden MacArthur playing playing third. Bowen Harvey, number 38. Playing center field. Number 8, Alex Baudouin, playing first. Number 20, Maverick Carriere. Catching, Aaron Verbeek. Aaron Verbeek at shortstop, and Brody Vachon second base. Brendan Roy in right field, and number 6, Evan Ostoe in left field. The lone substitution for Timmins, number 3, Maverick Boucher. at bat. You've been watching Ben Collins. He just fouled that off. Looks like that caught Maverick Carrier somewhere, and he looks to be walking gingerly back towards the dugout just to get a drink of water. Well, a few giggles out there in the crowd. Looks like he may have gotten it where there just isn't enough protection. Felix Collins, the pitcher for Timmins, pitched yesterday as well. That means, according to Little League rules, Felix will not be allowed to pitch tomorrow. Cannot pitch in 3 consecutive days. So we'll see how deep Collins goes in today's game. It's interesting because Felix only threw 20 pitches yesterday, but came off the mound seeming to favor his left shoulder, his arm. Not sure what it was, but he looks to be sharp today, folks. So he's a more than capable pitcher out there. A tall lefty. Throws a variety of pitches. I think he told me he throws about four or five different pitches. Here we go. Collins delivers just outside. 2 balls, 1 strike to Ben Collins. Collins swings through that. Felix giving him a steady diet of balls on the outside corner. Oh, Collins hits that the other way to second base. A little bit of a bobble out there, but they recover to make the play at first. 3 are out. 1, 2, 3 go Windsor South.
Collins finishes the inning with 14 pitches.
Here's a replay. That was the first strikeout. And just watch Kaylee as Felix put that one by her. And here's that final out. A little bit of a bobble, but you can see that second baseman recovered just in time. So pitching for Windsor South Blue Sox, we have number 8 Jacob Sadler. Behind the plate is number 9 Tyler Trudell. Take you around the horn here. At first base, we have Cole Gorham. Playing second, Kaylee Trudell. Third base is number 26 Lincoln Coney. Playing shortstop, number 44, Devin Fry. In left field, number 16, Ben Collins. Number 8, in center field, number 25, Trevor Lozier. And rounding it out in right field, number 27, Owen Wojtowicz. 3 substitutions today for Windsor is Zane Piassenton, Ryan Hiroki, and Andrew Golab. Here we go. We are ready for the first pitch from Jacob Sadler. And this is pitcher to pitcher as Felix Collins leads off. Felix takes the first pitch for ball 1. Shows bunt, pulls back, takes a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sadler looks in for the pitch. Here we go. Oh, and Collins hits a one hopper to Sadler. Sadler makes the play at first. Collins is retired.
Number 37.
That was a nice play by Sadler to come off the mound towards towards third base, and take that high bounding ball and make the play at first. Now stepping into the batter's box, number 37, Kalen MacArthur. Ball one. Sadler looks in. Here's the pitch. A little high. 2 balls, no strikes to MacArthur. And that ball catches the inside corner to MacArthur. 2 balls and 1 strike. That ball bounces, skids past the catcher, Trudell. 3 balls and 1 strike. And MacArthur takes strike 2. Looked like it was a little bit out of the strike zone, but must have caught the top part of the strike zone. Oh, and just inside. Windsor South fans don't appear to be too happy with that. They thought that one caught the corner, but the plate umpire didn't think or didn't agree with them. MacArthur draws a walk. Bowen Harvey catches a piece of that and just fouls that off down the third base line. Bowen Harvey's been all over the field this week for the Timmins Lynx. Here's the pitch, a little bit high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bowen Harvey's pitched a lot for Timmins. He's caught, he's played the infield, he's played the outfield. Harvey takes that one outside, and Kalen MacArthur scoots down to second as the catcher can't hold on to that. Just getting back to Bowen Harvey, yeah, it's incredibly valuable, especially in Little League play. Oh, and Harvey swings through that. When you have players that can play and play well at a variety of positions, it helps a team so much in tournament play. And Harvey puts this one out to center field, just beyond the grasp of Kaylee Trudell out in second. And we now have runners at first and third. Timmins looking to go up early in this game. 1 out. Alex Baudouin, number 8, now up to bat. Expect Harvey to go here. There he goes. Two runners in scoring position for Baudouin. See if Baudouin can execute here. Pops this one up. Just foul out of the reach of the right fielder. Baudouin saw that little bit high pitch and inside, but he really turned on that. Going just foul. Sadler looks in. Here's the pitch. Outside, high and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Baudouin. Baudouin sizing up Sadler. Here's the pitch. Baudouin, line drive to Kelly Trudell. Makes the play. Looks back to third. Looks back. MacArthur at third. That's a big out. Sadler comes in high to number 20, Maverick Carriere. Carriere, the catcher for the Timmins Lynx, doesn't look any worse for wear after getting hit with that foul ball.
Next pitch is 20-0.
Well, Sadler's pitch count getting up there in a hurry. His next pitch is going to be number 20. Sadler catches the top end of the strike zone there. Strike 2. Ball 1, strike 2 to Maverick Carriere. Carriere swings through that. Sadler does a great job there to keep 2 runners on base, retire Timmins without giving up any runs.
21 pitches for the ball game. 21.
Just going to have a look back at that inning. Felix Collins, there's a great play by the pitcher. Here's the play by Cayley. Sorry, that's the third strikeout. There you go. Folks, just a quick word. The Little League Canadians, the 2019 Little League Canadian Championships are coming to Ancaster, Ontario. They are being played from starting on Thursday, August 1st and running until August the 10th. All games are being streamed live on cbcsports.ca. We've got 7 teams coming into Ancaster from BC, Alberta, the Prairies, which is Saskatchewan, Ontario, Quebec, and the Atlantic. It's teams from coast to coast coming to Ancaster from August 1st to August 10th. And just a reminder, you can catch all these games streamed live on cbcsports.ca. Should be a great 10 days of baseball. The winner of that tournament goes down to Williamsport to play in the World Series, the Little League World Series. So certainly going to be some exciting games, some wonderful baseball to watch. So if you're in the area, August 1st, August 10th, pop into Ancaster. And Ancaster's only about 30 minutes away from Oakville, Ontario. So pop in and watch some great baseball.
Number 9, Tyler Trudell.
Here we go, the public announcer here bringing us into the second inning of play now. No score so far. Both teams were very efficient and in the first inning. And here we go. Felix Collins getting ready to first pitch. Oh, and a line drive right back to Felix Collins. And Felix really couldn't do much more than just put his glove up and look what I found.
Up to bat, number 25, Trevor Logier.
Tyler Trudell hit that right back at Felix. I don't know if it's just a little bit more of a just a reactionary play by Felix, but Felix, being the good athlete that he is, made a great play there. Now up to bat, number 25, Trevor Lozier. Lozier puts this just out of the reach of the second baseman and just in front of the right fielder. Drops in for a base hit. So Windsor is on for the first time today. Let's see, let's watch Trevor here closely. Let's see, left-hand pitcher. Got a Lozier with a couple of steps, and here he goes. Ball gets past the catcher, throws the ball down, and Lozier is on second base safely. Sadler up to bat, showing bunt but pulling back. Takes strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike to Sadler. Next pitch for Felix Collins is his 20th pitch. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Jacob. Here's the pitch from Collins. Sadler does a great job to foul that off. Keeps Lozier at second. Lozier with a moderate lead. Oh, he gets back. Lozier's got about 8 feet off the base at second. Felix Collins checks the runner. Here's the pitch. Ball 2 outside. 2 balls in, 2 strikes. That one's in the dirt, and off goes Lozier to third. No throw. Full count to Jacob Sadler. Sadler hits that one to right field. Right fielder makes a nice catch on a line drive. Gets the ball in quickly. Keeps Lozier at third.
Up to bat, number 24, Cole Gorham.
That was a really nice play by Brennan Roy, as he charged on that line drive to make sure he got that and to keep Trevor Lozier at third. Here comes Collins with the pitch. Cole Gorham up to bat. He takes that one for a ball. 2 are out. Felix Collins looking to keep Lozier at third. That ball gets past the catcher. Looking to struggle with a bit to find that ball, but Lozier thinks wiser and stays at third. It's Alex Baudouin behind the plate doing the catching duties this inning. Collins comes to the batter with ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes to Cole Gorham. There's the pitch. Felix Collins catches the outside part of the plate. Strike 1. And Gorham draws a walk.
Up to bat, number 26, Lincoln Conley.
Time has been called by the Windsor coach. We now have runners at third and first, and we have a special pinch runner for Cole Gorham. Number 31, Zane Piassenton, coming in.
31, Zane Piassenton, for number 24, Cole Gorham.
In Little League, teams are allowed a special, what they call a special pinch runner. That is a runner who is not, or a player who is not in the current lineup of 9 players. Conley shows bunt, takes a strike. So a special pinch runner has to come from the bench. Teams are allowed to do this twice in a game and only once per player. So this means that should Cole Gorham get on base again in this game, he cannot be special pinch run for. Conley, no balls, 2 strikes, takes that pitch for ball 1. Cole Gorham, that's Zane Piaston running for Cole Gorham, is now on second base. Big lead at second. Here's the pitch, and Conley strikes out. Tell you, Felix Collins really doing a great job out there. He looked like he was about to give up a run, and he battled back, battled hard to make sure that he stranded those 2 base runners.
We are selling raffle tickets for the Kelly Gruber autograph ball.
Let's have a look back at that inning.
Robbie Alomar, autograph baseball, and set of pictures there.
That was a great play by Felix Collins.
20. You can put the tickets in the ticket box if you want.
And that was the right fielder coming in to snare that line drive, and the final third out of that inning as Felix Collins blows it past Lincoln Conley. Special shout out to Hawks Sports Network bringing you this live stream feed. Humber Hawks group were approached by Oakville Little League and asked if they were interested in helping out with doing some live streaming, and they've done a great job all week in partnering with Oakville Little League to provide this live stream for all the fans, family members from really all over the world. So a big shout out to the boys here, Jay, Nick, doing a great job, and bringing you those inning replays and everything like that. So here we go, bottom of the second inning. Sadler still on the mound for Windsor South. Number 21, Aaron Verbeek, up to bat. Takes strike 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Verbeek. And Sadler throws that one well outside. Good job by Trudell to snare that. This ball popped up to Kaylee Trudell at second, and as she backpedals, makes a nice catch out there. Kaylee Trudell all week has been a great defensive anchor for this Windsor South team, making some really nice plays. She pitched yesterday, threw 95 pitches yesterday, and a real great effort yesterday against East Nepean. You know, one of the more, if you want to call it, one of the more courageous efforts all week by a pitcher. We were all really impressed by her effort. Now up to bat for Timmins, number 40, Brody Vachon. Vachon ducks out of the way of that. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Vachon. And Vachon swings through that pitch. In hindsight, probably not the best pitch to go after, but as I've said all week, it's a little bit hard to stay off those high pitches. They look really enticing when they're up there. But good on Sadler to locate that pitch and get Vachon chasing. Brennan Roy, number 13, up now. One ball, 1 strike to Brennan Roy. Sadler working quickly and efficiently. And Brennan Roy watches that one for a strike. That's strike 3. Roy is out.
Sadler's at 33 pitches in the ball game. 33.
Sadler has pitched 33 pitches in the game so far. In terms of pitching, Windsor has 3 pitchers that are not eligible to pitch today. Number 44, Devin Fry, number 24, Cole Gorham, and the aforementioned 19, Kaylee Trudell, who threw 95 pitches. Effectively, Kaylee Trudell will not be able to pitch in the rest of the tournament. She's required to sit out 4 days of rest unless the tournament gets further delayed. She wouldn't be able to come back onto the mound. But like I said, defensively and even offensively, she's been the anchor of this Windsor South team all week. Here we go. We're going to look back at that inning. And that ball, just like I mentioned, nice play by Kaylee Trudell.
For number 20, Maverick Carrier.
And the strikeout for Brody Vachon. And the final out of the inning, Brennan Roy watching that 3rd strike come by him on the inside corner. Speaking about pitching, Felix Collins is back out on the mound for Timmins today. Timmins has 4 players that are not eligible to pitch. Number 38, Bowen Harvey. I'm not sure if he threw the limit yesterday, but he threw pretty close to 95 pitches yesterday, so Bowen's not going to be available for the rest of the tournament either. Number 20, Maverick Carriere. Number 21, Aaron Verbeek. And number 40, Brody Vachon are not eligible to pitch today for Timmins. Owen Wojtowicz.
Next pitch will be 35, 3-5.
Takes that first pitch from Felix Collins for ball 1. 2 bouncer to first base, and a nice job by the second baseman to get to the bag to cover that throw. A little bit of a collision there at first. Everybody's okay.
Top of the order, number 44, Devin Fry.
That was an interesting play because that's usually the pitcher that gets over to first base to cover, but heads up play by the second baseman to saw that Felix wasn't coming over and got to the bag in time to take that throw and retire Wojtowicz. Now up to bat, we're at the top of the order. Number 44, Devin Fry, fouls that one off. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Devin Fry. This game moving along rather quickly. Felix Collins a little bit high with that. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fry hits that ball up the middle, just out of the reach of the pitcher Felix Collins, and just out of the reach of the shortstop. And center field gets that ball in quickly to keep Devin Fry at first base. Now up to bat, number 19, Kaylee Trudell. Folks, I don't know if you were able to watch the game last night between the Oakville Whitecaps and the Mississippi Whitecaps, but it was an interesting game as the Windsor, and Trudell shows bunt. And down to second goes Devin Fry, uncontested. Last night's game was interesting. It featured Mississippi against Oakville, and the Windsor team came and showed some fantastic support for the Mississippi team. Mississippi team struggling a little bit here at the Ontario Championships, but nonetheless putting in a tremendous effort. The Windsor team came here to show their support for Mississippi last night, cheering them on with every pitch, with every at-bat. It was truly a wonderful night at the ballpark. Oakville did end up winning that game, but Mississippi did give them a good game, and certainly were spurred on by the support from their friends on the Windsor team. Good on the Windsor guys to come out and do that. Nice to see that the players and teams here are bonding as well and making new friendships. It's really what these Little League tournaments are about. So hats off to the Windsor South Blue Sox last night, doing a great job. Trudell drew a
Batting
walk
number
on that.
18, Ben Collins.
Now have Devin Fry at third base, Trudell at first. Ben Collins up to bat. Collins shows bunt, puts that bunt up the middle. Collins trouble fielding that. Collins struggled to field that. Made the play to first, but the first baseman couldn't hold on to it. And Collins across first base, safe. And that brings Devin Fry in for the first score of the game. Kaylee Trudell heads up running, gets herself all the way over to third base. We've now got runners on the corner.
Coming up to the plate, number 9, Tyler Trudell.
Runners on the corners, Devin Fry at first. Sorry to check that. That's Ben Collins at first and Kaylee Trudell at third. The other half of the Trudell combo, Tyler Trudell, number 9, shows bunt on that and pulls back. Takes strike 1. Tyler hits a high ground ball, bouncing ball to shortstop. Tyler Trudell is out at first. And Kaylee Trudell comes across the plate to score the second run for Windsor South.
Coming up to the plate, number 25, Trevor Lozier.
Ben Collins gets himself all the way around to third. And 25, Trevor Lozier, comes up to bat. Ben Collins with a good lead at third. Pitcher Felix Collins with his back to Ben at third base allows Ben Collins to get a good lead at third. Just been announced Felix Collins' next pitch is his 50th pitch. One ball, 2 strikes to Trevor Lozier. Lozier pops that one to the backstop. Collins looks in. Here's pitch. Lozier hits a hot shot down third baseline. Brings in Collins. Lozier safe at first. Now coming up to bat, number 8, Jacob Sadler shows bunt. Fouls that off.
Off the bat, number 8, Jacob Sadler.
Windsor South definitely looking to put pressure on the Timmins defense. Third baseman now in on the grass, anticipating another bunt attempt. Not bunting this time, folks. Watches that one go by for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Trevor Lozier down to second as that ball just out of the reach of the catcher. Timmins catcher wasn't able to squeeze that. Lozier on his way. Great jump for Trevor Lozier. He actually went before Felix Collins even came to the plate. Sadler strikes out. That's 3 out, folks.
Collins at 56 pitches for the ball game. 56.
Windsor scores 3 runs in that inning. We're going to have a look here at how Windsor got their 3 runs. Here's the bunt by and Felix Collins gets it to first, but it can't be held, and Fry scores. Tyler Trudell puts the ball in play and brings in his sister Kaylee to score the second run. And this is that hot shot by Trevor Lozier. Scores Ben Collins. Folks, it's important for players to just put the ball in play. Only good things can happen when you put the ball in play. Often players are trying to hit that home run. You know, they see a lot of the major leaguers now hitting home runs and everything like that, and they are trying to replicate that. But really at this level, folks, it's about putting the ball in play, good hustle, putting pressure on the defense. So anytime the ball is in play, it puts pressure on the defense.
And number 58, Ryan Hiroki. For number 22, correction, 27, Owen Waitowitz.
Jacob Sadler out of the game. Sorry, Jacob Sadler not pitching this inning, being replaced by Lincoln Conley, number 26. Try and get you a pitch count for Jacob Sadler.
Coming up to the plate, number 6, Evan O'Dowie.
Leading off the bottom of the third inning for Timmins, Evan O'Dowie. O'Dowie shows bunt. That ball bounces about a foot in front of the plate. O'Dowie takes that back for ball 1. There's an appeal on that bunt, but it stands. Ball 1. O'Dowie hits that ball. Just foul. Kaylee Trudell now playing first. A little bit of trouble handling that. Took a funny hop. Just foul. Timmins coach calling time, coming to speak with the umpire, with the plate umpire. That was a little bit of a strange play there. Kaylee Trudell standing in fair territory, but I think when she made contact with the ball, it was actually in foul territory. So call stands, foul ball. O'Dowie swings through that. 1 ball and 2 strikes to O'Dowie. Lincoln Conley delivers that pitch high and out of the strike zone. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the payoff pitch for Conley. Oh, and he catches. He paints the corner on that. Ostoy
Coming up to the plate.
walks
number
off,
11,
but
Felix
shaking his
Collins.
head a little. A little bit of a delay here as I believe there was a Timmins pitcher warming up, and they've called him in. Felix Collins legging out that ground ball to get across first base in time. Felix Collins with a base hit, with an
Number
infield
37,
base hit.
Caden MacArthur is up to bat.
Collins showing great speed on that play. A lot of hustle to get down to first. A little bit of a lazy ground ball hit to the second baseman. Made the play at second, but just couldn't get Collins. Now Collins showing his speed again as he gets down to second base there. Plenty of time ahead of that throw from the catcher. Time is called. Some equipment repairs going on. Beautiful day today, folks. Last night we got away from the diamond just in time. We had a major storm roll in about 9:30 last night, and just got her all packed up and rolling out of here, and before that storm coming out of Michigan hit us. It was quite the show of lightning and thunder last night. So we did good to get out of here just in time. Conley delivers, and MacArthur with a mighty swing swings through that for ball 1 and strike 2. Conley a little up and away to the left-hand batter, MacArthur. Full count. Last inning, MacArthur drew a walk and got to third, but couldn't come in to score. Let's see what MacArthur does here now. MacArthur swings through that, strike 3. Second out for Timmins. Felix Collins still on second, taking a modest lead. Now up to bat Bowen Harvey, number 38. Shows bunt, pulls back, draws the third baseman Sadler in, and Felix Collins gets to third without any problem. You see that play often, folks. More times than not, it seems to work. Bowen Harvey, 5 bouncer just foul of third base. It's a good piece of strategy, folks, when you got a runner on second base and trying to catch the other team sleeping a little bit, and better show bunt and have the third baseman charging, and that just leaves an empty bag at third. Sometimes the shortstop is a little bit a little smart, a little quicker to get to third to cover a throw, or even third baseman may just hold. But nonetheless, still a good strategy to see if that'll work. Get a player closer to scoring. Conley now. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Bowen Harvey. Harvey dances out of the way of that. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Timmins looking to get on board with 2 out. Bowen Harvey, nice shot down third baseline. Rounding first, going to second. Harvey gets into second, standing up. Great piece of hitting by Harvey.
Next pitch is 20, 2-0.
Inside, low inside pitch to Harvey. He just went down there and got that pitch and lined that into left field.
Au bâton, numéro 8, Alex Baudouin.
Timmins is on board with their first run of the game. Kudos to Oakville Little League scorekeeping table there. They're doing the public address announcing bilingually. Great job for those guys. And again, we see that strategy employed where we've got a runner on second. That was Bowen Harvey. And Alex Baudouin, number 8, shows bunt. And Harvey scoots over to the third uncontested. As the third baseman, Sadler, came in anticipating a bunt. Now I have Harvey over at third, scoring a base hit easily or possibly even scoring a pass ball. Baudouin swings and fouls that one off. Great sound effects by the crew in the scorekeeper's box over there. And Conley gets Baudouin swinging through that for the third out. After 3 complete innings, we have a score of Windsor South Blue Sox 3 and Timmins Lynx 1. Let's have a look back at that inning, folks. It's Evan Ostoe watching third strike. And that was Kalen MacArthur swinging through that for third out. And Bowen Harvey, line shot double, scoring Felix Collins. And this is Alex Baudouin coming up. And a great pitch there by the Windsor South pitcher to get Baudouin swinging through on that.
Collins finishes the game at 56 pitches by 6.
Collins coming out of the game, or sorry, being substituted on the mound. Collins threw 56 pitches. We now have number 37, Kalen MacArthur, coming in to pitch. Here we go, folks. We're now in the 4th inning here.
Up to bat, number 31, Zane Piazza.
We're joined here by a crowd in the announcing booth. Some of our past Oakville Little League coaches and players. And you can hear from the music in the background, Jeopardy music, a little bit of a pause in the action. Looks like we're having a little bit of difficulty with the catcher's equipment. Folks, be sure to join us later on today at 3 o'clock. Features East Nepean Eagles against the Mississippi Whitecaps. And the evening game, the host Oakville Whitecaps take on the South Ottawa Blues. Join us at 3 and 6:30. Your announcers for that game are going to be at Steve and Chris 6. They've got a little challenge going on to everybody. They're looking to get 50 members by 6 p.m. tonight. So if you can, jump on their Twitter account, follow them at Steve and Chris 6. If they get the 50 members by 6 p.m., they're going to throw in $50 each towards the raffle, and where all proceeds go towards funding the tournament. So once again, jump in on the Twitter account of at Steve and Chris 6 and help them reach their 50 followers. We are now in the top of the 4th inning. Maverick that's number 24, Cole Gorham. Just trying to get our bearings here. I think we've got a substitution. Counts 3 balls, 2 strikes. That was Zane Piacenton in for Cole Gorham. Piacenton strikes out.
Now up to bat, number 26, Lincoln Conley.
Now up to bat, Lincoln Conley. And we've got people here in the crowd joining in on at Steve and Chris 6. Folks, if you have any questions or any, if you want to try and stump at Steve and Chris 6 with a question, just tweet them, send them a question. They'll announce the winner, or sorry, they'll announce who is tweeting them, and we'll try their best to give you an answer to your question. Oh, and a nice job there by the Timmins defense. And when I say Timmins defense, they all seem to swarm first base there to make that play. We had the first baseman, pitcher, and second baseman all within 3 feet of the bag, and they made the play. Lincoln Conley retired. Batting substitution for number 27, Owen Wodowich, Ryan Hiroki. Hiroki, 1 ball, 1 strike. Caden MacArthur with a count of 2 balls and 1 strike on Hiroki. MacArthur spins that one just down and away from Hiroki, the right-handed batter. MacArthur paints the outside plate. Ball 4. Hiroki takes a walk. Time is called. Windsor coach comes out to speak with the plate umpire.
At the plate, number 44, Devin Fry.
And we have Ben Collins coming in as a special pinch runner for Hiroki.
Special pitch runner number 16, Ben Collins. For number 58, Ryan Hiroki.
Ben Collins showing his speed, gets down to second base on that. Time is called. Loose shoelaces, the reason for that timeout. MacArthur walking around the back of the pitcher's mound. Comes to the rubber. Looks in for the strike, and here's the pitch. Devin Fry pops that one up, shortstop. Oh, just can't make that catch as he was going hard to his left and just couldn't get that. RBI for Devin Fry as Collins, the special pinch runner, comes in to score.
At the plate, number 19, Kaylee Trudell.
Now up to bat, Kaylee Trudell, number 19. Shows bunt, pulls back. Devin Fry off to second. Uncontested.
Next pitch is 20, 2-0.
Next pitch for MacArthur is his 20th pitch. Ball 2, strike, no strikes. Devin Fry down to third base. And that pitch to Trudell just outside. 3 balls and no strikes. Let's see if the coach gives Trudell the green light here to swing at this pitch. MacArthur looks in, and here's the pitch. Catches the outside corner, strike 1. Definitely a hitter's count here, 3 balls and 1 strike. Trudell's going to be looking for that one spot, looking for that one pitch to drive. Trudell, solid base hit into left field. Brings in Devin Fry. Folks, I told you earlier, but Kaylee Trudell coming through again as she has all week. Looks like we've got a pitching change. Timmins coach coming out to see MacArthur, hands him a first baseman's mitt. Looks like MacArthur's day is over on the mound. Oh, and a surprise move here. Felix Collins, number 11, coming back in to pitch. Folks, in Little League play, in the junior age group, 14U, pitchers can come back into pitch as long as they have stayed in the field defensively. They're allowed to do this once in a game.
Collins' next pitch will be 57-5-7.
Felix Collins' next pitch will be his 57th pitch. Don't see this too often where the pitcher comes back into pitch. Timmins with only 10 players in their roster and having 4 players that aren't available to pitch today. Obviously, Timmins in a bit of a tight spot here. Looking to their ace, number 11, Felix Collins, to come back in and hopefully finish the game for them. As mentioned before, Felix did pitch yesterday, and he threw 20 pitches yesterday, which allowed him to be able to pitch today. But when he left the mound yesterday, he went out in the center field and shaking his left arm a little bit. So obviously he's fine. Certainly wouldn't think the coach would put him back on the mound if there was an injury. Collins delivers, and Andrew Golab, who has now replaced Ben Collins as the batter, shows bunt but pulls back, and Trudell gets down to second with a good lead, and Golab shows bunt again and takes strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. I imagine Golab will be swinging away here. Trudell with the lead, off she goes. Golab swings through it, and they choose to just ignore Trudell as she gets to third base uncontested. Golab looking to make something happen here. And that ball gets past the catcher and he can't find it, and Trudell scores. Folks, that was just pure hustle on Kaylee Trudell's part there. She saw the catcher was struggling to find out where that ball was. Nobody was telling the catcher where the ball is. And Trudell instinctively just got on her way and scored easily, crossing home plate. Collins now with 3 balls and 2 strikes to Golab. Strike 3, paints the outside corner.
Collins got 62 pitches for the ball game.
3 runs scored for Windsor in that inning. Going into the bottom of the 4th inning, we have a score of Windsor 6, Timmins 1. And a shout out to some of our sponsors, MSC Cruises, Hotels on Water, and one of our other proud community partners, Domino's Pizza, feeding you and your family. Check out Domino's Pizza. Let's have a look at that inning. let's see what happened there. And that's Zane Piaston striking out. And that was Lincoln Conley out at first base. And looks like that was Hiroki coming across to score with Devin Fry getting the RBI. And that's Kaylee Trudell bringing Devin Fry in.
Conley finishes at 23.
And that is Andrew Golab. Sorry, this is Andrew Golab with Felix Collins painting the corner to retire the side. Here we go, folks, into the Timmins half of the inning, bottom of 4. And that's a batting substitute coming in, Maverick Boucher. Bunts, lays down a perfect bunt and gets to first just ahead of the throw.
Up to bat, number 20.
Maverick Boucher surprising the Windsor defense with that perfectly placed bunt. Now up to bat number 21, Aaron Verbeek. We had a pitching change to start this inning for Windsor South. Tyler Trudell, number 9, in to pitch for Windsor South. Tyler Trudell doing most of the catching duties for Windsor South. Maverick Boucher attempting to steal second base is thrown out by the left-hand catcher Lozier. Time is called. The Timmins coach walking out towards second base to speak with the second base umpire who made that call. Sure, let's have a look at this play again. Lozier throws that ball down to second. Hard to see on that play as the pitcher, the umpire, kind of in the way of that. But the key there was Lozier getting that ball off quickly and down to second to retire Boucher. The Timmins coach now done, finished talking with the umpire, second base umpire, walking off slowly. And he's now beckoning the home plate umpire, asking the home plate umpire to see if it's possible to have the first base umpire look at that play as well. Really don't think this is an appeal play, but we'll see what comes of it. The Timmins coach still talking. Now looks like he's walking away, but still talking, still pointing at second base. Now he's showing a little bit of exasperation out there as he walks back to his the third base coach's box. Now he tries to get some help from the third base umpire, but we're back to the game. Trudell delivers. Aaron Verbeek draws a walk.
Up to bat, number 40, Brody Vachon.
Lozier throwing that ball down to first, trying to back pick Aaron Verbeek. Verbeek back in plenty of time as he doesn't really take a big lead at first. Brody Vachon pops that ball up just beyond the third baseman, but the shortstop Sadler getting over to that to make the play and to retire Brody Vachon.
Up to bat, number 13, Brennan Waugh.
Good play by Sadler on that to get over to make that catch. Trudell getting the defensive plays behind him. Trudell high with that pitch, 2 balls and no strikes to Brennan Roy. Just inside to Roy. Three balls, no strikes. Strike one. Roy's going to be looking to get himself on base any way he can, as Timmins really needs some base runners at this point. Roy hits that solidly center field, and center field tries to make a play at second to see if they can get Verbeek, but Verbeek gets in just ahead of that throw to second base.
Coming up to the plate.
Runners on first and second for Timmins with 2 out so far. Up to the plate to bat, number 6, Evan Ostoy. Evan Ostoy reaches for that pitch outside to bunt and misses. No balls, 1 strike to Evan Ostoy. Lozier setting up outside. Ostoy hits that to center field. Play's coming home. Aaron Verbeek slides under that tag. Great piece of running there by Aaron Verbeek. It was a good relay in from the outfield. However, they just didn't get there in time as the home plate umpire felt that that Verbeek got in just under that tag. Runners at first and second for Felix Collins. Collins hits one up the middle. Collins hits that hard up the middle, but Brennan Roy chooses to hold at third, putting runners on the corners and at second. Bases are loaded. With 2 out in the inning, it looks like Timmins has got something going. Caden MacArthur now up to bat. Trudell high with that pitch. Ball 1. Tyler Trudell looks in for the sign. Comes to the plate. Ball 2. Timmins team getting a little animated in the dugout there. Trudell comes to the plate. Ball 3.
Next pitch is 20-0.
Players from Timmins are trying to cheer on Caden MacArthur, get on base, get a hit. MacArthur shows bunt. 3 balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Strike 2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runners are going. MacArthur hits that to the pitcher. Trudell, 2-2 Trudell at first, and retires MacArthur to get out of what could have been a really dangerous inning for Timmins. Anyway, folks, at the end of 4 innings, score is 6-2 for Windsor. And our proud community partner sponsors, ARC Health Management, Carruthers Printing, who has done a great job providing us with scoreboard signage here, as well as pamphlets for the teams, programs. The McCash family sponsor, and Rodair, the art of reliability. Shout out to the McCash family, fans of baseball, folks. That's what they are, and they came through with some financial help for this tournament. As always, we appreciate all our sponsors, and we thank you for them for their support. And just off the screen here, folks, Coach Sean MacArthur just getting some clarification on something at the scorekeeper's table. Certainly not happy with what happened there in that inning with the call at second base. Felix Collins comes back out for Timmins to pitch. Behind the plate, doing catching duties, Bowen Harvey. So once again, Bowen Harvey moving all over the field of play today. Folks, be sure to join us today at 3 o'clock and 6:30. 3 o'clock features East Nepean Eagles against the Mississippi Whitecaps. And at 6:30, you've got the host Oakville Whitecaps against the South Ottawa Blues. Please be sure to check in as at Stephen Chris 6. We'll be broadcasting that game for you, doing the announcing duties. At Stephen Chris 6 have put a challenge out That Steve and Chris 6 have said if they can get 50 followers by 6 p.m. today, they will donate $50 each towards the raffle fund here to support the tournament. So be sure to go to @StephenChris6 and follow them. I think we can get it up to 100 today if everybody's listening out there. I know I'm a follower @Nick Regato.
Re-entering the game for Windsor, number 24.
So be sure to tweet them. You can tweet them a question, ask them anything you want. They'll read it while they're doing their broadcast. They'll mention your name and have an answer for you. One of the questions yesterday was asked by a young Oakville Whitecaps player, Clayton Wintler. He asked the question, when you were young, did you prefer stickball or wiffle ball? There was a little bit of a debate about that yesterday, but seemed to be the consensus, I guess, with the more senior folk that stickball was the popular item, and it was even further thought that they used to wet the tennis balls so that they could see if there were balls or strikes when the tennis ball would hit or miss the square on the wall. I know I didn't need to wet that tennis ball because I threw nothing but strikes, so it really didn't matter. A little bit of humor there. But anyway, guys, tune in today at 3 and 6:30. If you can, jump on Twitter and follow @StephenChris6. Help them reach their goal of 50 followers. This is Nick Regato. If you want, you can follow me @Nick Regato. And play is resumed here. Felix Collins with the first pitch to Tyler Trudell. Ball one. Just a little outside to Tyler Trudell. 2 balls, no strikes.
Next pitch is 65. 65.
Next pitch for Felix Collins is his 65th pitch, and that's ball 3. And Trudell takes a walk.
Coming up to the plate, number 25, Trevor Lozier.
Felix Collins delivers. Trevor Lozier takes that first pitch, strike 1. Tyler Trudell at first takes 2-step lead. Collins delivers. Outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Trudell not getting too far off the bag at first, as Collins is a wily lefty there. Ball just a little bit high. 2 balls, 1 strike. Lozier fouls that off. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Lozier. That ball gets by Bowen Harvey. Allows Trudell to get to second base. Lozier hits the 4-hopper to third base. Throws over to first to get Lozier in plenty of time. Time is called.
Coming up to the plate, number 8, Jacob Sadler.
New baseball's coming out to the plate umpire. Pitchers love it when they can throw those pearls. Trudell with a lead at second. Strike 1 to Jacob Sadler. Trudell with about a 10-foot lead at second. Collins to the plate. Ball 2, strike 1. Sadler fouls that straight back. Sadler looks to be on the pitch here, just missing barreling that one up. Oh, and Sadler just throws his hands at that to foul that off. Good piece of hitting by Jacob Sadler. Collins looks in for the pitch. Here's the pitch. Sadler pops this one up to right field, and right fielder gets under that, gets the ball in quickly so that keeps Tyler Trudell at second. Now coming up to bat, Cole Gorham. Scott MacArthur, team manager for Timmins Lynx, huddling with his players on the field. Not sure what the strategy is, but I think he's just probably going out there to tell them to just let's focus here. Let's get this third out. Let's get back to the bats, make something happen.
At the plate, number 24, Cole Gorham.
Now back up to bat, Cole Gorham. Shows bunt, pulls back, takes strike. Don't know if I really like that strategy. A lot of teams are employing that where they show a bunt, pull back. I guess maybe there was a runner on second and they were seeing if third baseman would bite and get that runner over to third. Cole Gorham grounds out to second base there. 3 out. No runs scored. Felix Collins has pitched 80 pitches in this game. Going into the bottom of the 5th inning, the score is Windsor 6, Timmins 2. Timmins will be looking to make something happen this inning. Folks, just a reminder, coming up in August, the 2019 Little League Canadian Championships. All of the Little League Canadian Little League fans are going to be checking out the Canadian Championships being streamed live on cbcsports.ca from August 1st to August 10th. Teams from across Canada representing BC, Alberta, the Prairies, Ontario, Quebec, and Atlantic will all be coming to Ancaster to play for the right to go to Williamsport, Pennsylvania to play in the Little League World Series. If you're in the area from August 1st to August 10th, be sure to drop into Ancaster and take in a couple of these games. All starts August 1st to August the 10th. If you're unable to get there and watch it live, check us out on cbcsports.ca. Every game will be streamed live on cbcsports.ca.
Correction, 27 re-entering for number 58, Ryan Hiroki. My apologies.
Now batting, number 38.
On the mound for Windsor South, number 9, Tyler Trudell, comes out again. Tyler Trudell pitching to Bowen Harvey. Ball 1. Bowen Harvey swings through on that pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bowen Harvey's played hard all week, folks. Bowen Harvey popping this ball just out of the reach of the first baseman and foul down the right field line. Bowen Harvey's been certainly one of the leaders for this Timmins Lynx team this week. Plays every position pretty much, pitches, does everything, hits in the in the 3 or 4 spot every game. Bowen Harvey doing it all for the Timmins Lynx. Trudell. The pitch, a little high. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Bowen Harvey. Outside, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Harvey pops this up to the pitcher, and the pitcher gets out of the way as Kaylee Trudell comes in from from second base to make that play. Great job by Kaylee Trudell. Tyler Trudell giving way to Kaylee and retires Bowen Harvey. Finals. Sorry about that, folks. Just a little bit momentary break there. Trudell's now ball 3, no strikes to Alex Baudouin. Again, Baudouin shows bunt and pulls back. Takes strike. Baudouin fouls that one off straight back.
Next pitch is 35.
3 balls, 2 strikes. You can hear the public address system behind us here. Next pitch for Tyler Trudell will be his 35th pitch. Baudouin swings through that. Strike 3.
Number 3, Maverick Boucher.
Now batting, Maverick Boucher, number 3. Boucher punches that ball down the right field line, just foul. Boucher came in to bat as a substitute batter last inning, laid down a perfect bunt, and then was later caught stealing second base on a great play by Lozier. Shows bunt again, bunts it down third baseline, just foul. No balls, 2 strikes to Maverick. See if he tries to bunt again, highly unlikely with 2 strikes. Swings through that pitch. Strike 3, and Tyler Trudell retires Timmins. 1, 2, 3. Trudell comes out of the inning with 38 pitches. We went through it. Folks, we're back here in the top of the 6th inning. Close game today featuring Windsor and Timmins. Timmins looking to get their first win here at the tournament. Timmins is 0-3. Windsor South with 1 win and 2 losses. Mississippi Whitecaps are 0-3 for the tournament as well. South Ottawa, 2 wins and 1 loss. And East Nepean Eagles and the Oakville Whitecaps are 3-0. Looking towards tomorrow for what could be a classic matchup between the Oakville Whitecaps and East Nepean Eagles. They were supposed to play on Wednesday, the first day of the tournament, However, that day was rained out and subsequently pushed to tomorrow. So we've got one more day of round robin play tomorrow, and then we go to the semifinals on Tuesday. The top 4 teams make the semifinal play, and the finals will be on Wednesday of next week. Before we get set to play here, we've got the umpires just discussing something. And again, Scott MacArthur from Timmins reaching out to the umpire to talk to the umpire about something. Lots of rules here in Little League play. Sometimes it's just a matter of getting clarification on some of the rulings. Players who can play, who can't play. Oh, and maybe the issue was the catching equipment again. Bowen Harvey now out to ready to catch. Felix Collins still on the mound. Here's the pitch. Strike one to Conley. Conley swings through for strike two. Felix Collins comes off the mound, grab that ground ball, hit just to his left, makes a nice play to first to retire Conley on that play. Collins delivers that pitch to Hiroki, strike one. Just a little high, ball one, strike one. Hiroki came into the game in the 4th inning as a substitute batter for Owen Wojtowicz. He's remained in the game. Dances out of the way of that as the ball comes off of the home plate umpire. Bowen Harvey getting that ball back to Felix Collins. Collins comes to the plate. Strike two. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Ryan Hiroki. Just a little outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And Hiroki is retired as he watches that 3rd strike go by.
At the plate, number 44, Devin Fry.
Strike one to Devin Fry. One ball, 1 strike. Collins working quickly and efficiently, knowing he's reaching the end of the day for him on the mound. 2 balls, 1 strike, just missing outside. Fry hits that one off the plate. Collins makes the play, gets it to first. Records the out at first. A great play by Felix Collins, and
Collins got 93 pitches for the ball game.
Devin Fry is retired. That was the 93rd pitch for Collins. See if he comes out to face at least one more batter in the 7th inning. Folks, just a shout out to some of our proud community partners here, MSC Cruises, Hotel on Water, and Domino's Pizza, feeding friends and family all over. Be sure to get your pizza at Domino's tonight. Make it a Domino's pizza night. Folks, shout out to MSC Cruises. Personally, I've taken a couple of cruises with MSC Cruises and had a fantastic experience. Be sure to, if you're thinking of taking a cruise, check out MSC Cruises. Great Caribbean packages, great European packages as well, so check out MSC Cruises.
Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow's games that were rescheduled from the opening day games will begin at 11 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. Will be Mississippi taking on Timmins at 11 a.m., followed by 2 p.m. Windsor South versus South Ottawa, and 6:30 p.m. Oakville Whitecaps taking on East Nepean Eagles.
Not sure if you heard that public address announcer John Sweeney, president of Oakville Little League, announcing tomorrow's game. Tomorrow is the what should have been the opening day. 11 o'clock tomorrow will feature Timmins Lynx versus Mississippi Whitecaps. The middle game, the second game at 2 p.m. tomorrow, features South Ottawa and Windsor South. And then the evening game at 6:30 tomorrow night, featuring the host Oakville Whitecaps against the East Nepean Eagles. Trudell back out for the 6th inning. Delivers his first pitch to Aaron Verbeek. Strike one as Verbeek swings through that pitch. Verbeek lines the ball just out of the reach of the shortstop in the left field for a base hit. That's Verbeek's third plate appearance of the game. He's one base hit, a walk, and flew out to Cayley at second base. Now up to bat, Brody Vachon, showing bunt. Pulls back, ball one. Coach Scott MacArthur yelling down words of encouragement to Brody Vachon, telling him to just be a hitter, kid, let's go. 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch. 3 balls, no strikes.
Number 40, Brody Vachon.
Trudell comes in with a strike. 3 balls, 1 strike. I think if Vachon can just lift this ball out in the right field, there's a strong breeze out to right field. Oh, takes a walk, ball 4. Got runners at first and second now for number 13, Brennan Roy. Or as our public address announcer just corrected my pronunciation of that name, it's Brennan Roy. Roy shows bunt, lays down a nice bunt, played by Trudell, gets that to first base in plenty of time, and the runners advance. Nice bunt there by Brennan Roy. And an equally nice job by Trudell to get off the mound to field that ball and make the play. Runners at second and third. for Evan Ostoe. Ostoe puts this ball into center field, out of the reach of the center fielder. 1 run scores. And Kaylee coming home with that play, and another run scores. Ostoe with his 2nd hit of the game. Timmins scores 2 runs on that play, and now is 2 runs away from tying it all up. Felix Collins coming to the plate. He'll be the tying run. Time is called. Coach Lozier comes out to speak with his young pitcher, Tyler Trudell. After a bit of a discussion, Coach Lozier is making a pitching change. Wait for the announcement on that pitching change. Looks like number 16, Ben Collins.
For Windsor, number 16, Ben Collins. Trudell finishes the game at 47 pitches, 4-7.
Ben Collins coming in to pitch. Trudell leaves the mound with 47 pitches. Folks, these two teams are going through, like all the other teams, are really going through a lot of pitchers and trying to save pitchers because of the pitch counts and limitation of playing and so on and so forth. In Little League play, we do see a lot of pitching changes for that reason, that there are limitations and days of rest required for pitchers. So not unusual to see all these pitching changes. Felix Collins is going to be the next batter for Timmins. He will be the tying run coming up to the plate. Standing off to the side there, sizing Ben Collins up. And we've got a catching change. Kaylee Trudell now coming in to catch. I think we don't have a center fielder, and I'm wondering if that's going to be Lozier taking off his catching equipment and going out to center field. So we've got a break in the action here, and yeah, that's Lozier going out to center field. So let me set this up for you. Lozier was catching, goes out to center field. Trudell was playing second base and goes and becomes the catcher. Devin Fry's now at second. Tyler Trudell looks like he might be out in left field. On the mound is Ben Collins, and here's the pitch to Collins. Strike one to Felix Collins. How about we just go with first names here, folks? Ben delivers that pitch for strike one to Felix. Oh, and Felix fouls that one off straight back into Trudell's mask. No balls, 2 strikes to Collins. Felix lines that ball firmly into center field. Center fielder Lozier gets the ball in quickly and keeps Felix Collins to a base hit, keeping Ostoe to third base. Timmins making a lot of noise in this inning. Tying run on first. The go-ahead run is at the plate. 1 out. See if Collins goes. And Felix goes down to second as MacArthur takes that. Ball 1. 2 runners in scoring position. The tying run at second base. Ben Collins delivers. Strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to MacArthur. Caden MacArthur looking to put this in play somewhere. Sends a shot down to first base. First baseman snares that. Gets the out at first. However, a run scores. Ostoe comes across the plate to score. The score is now 6-5.
Coming up to the plate, number 38, Bowen Harvey.
The tying run only 90 feet away with Bowen Harvey up to bat. 2 are out. Ben Collins looks in for the sign. Comes to the plate. Strike 1. Catches the outside corner. Felix Collins may be looking for a wild pitch here to score, see if he can come in and score a run. That ball a little bit up and into Bowen Harvey. 1 ball, 1 strike. Harvey punches that out to second base. Second baseman makes a play to first. 3 out.
Collins at 9 pitches, 9. After 6 complete, Windsor 6, Timmins 5. We head to the top of the 7th inning.
A big shout out to Arc Health for sponsoring this tournament, and Carruthers Printing providing us with all the signage here in the tournament, and the McCash family, one of our many baseball fans, and Rodair, the art of reliability. Thank you to these proud community partners for supporting the tournament and making it the great tournament that it is. Folks, the country is going to be focused on Ancaster, Ontario, August 1st to August 10th. The Little League Canadian Championships set to take place in Ancaster, Ontario. If you can't make it to Ancaster, Ontario from August 1st to August 10th, be sure to watch all the games streamed live on cbcsports.ca. Teams from coast to coast will be participating and representing BC, Alberta, the Prairies, Ontario, Quebec, and Atlantic. Join us for the 2019 Canadian Little League Championships, August 1st to August 10th. Felix Collins coming back out to pitch. Felix has got about 3 pitches to give here. Looks like we'll see if he faces more than one batter. He'll have to get them to put the ball in play quick if that's the case. Pitchers can pitch up to a maximum of 95 pitches in one day. Some of them will go over that 95 pitch threshold. They are allowed to finish a batter or pitch until there is a third out. Could be a base runner, you know, something like that. But they are permitted to finish a batter once they've reached a threshold number. Here's the pitch to Kaylee Trudell, ball one. Here we are, folks, 7th inning, score is 6-5. Ball one, strike one to Kaylee Trudell. That was the 96th pitch of the day today for Felix Collins. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Kaylee Trudell. Oh, nice pitch, nice way to finish for Felix Collins there, as that one just breaks in and catches the inside corner right at the knees. Big round of applause for Felix Collins coming up, I'm sure, folks. That kid battled out there. He came in, threw 56 pitches, went and played first base for an inning, came back in and finished his pitch count of 95 pitches. And he's just rubbing his left arm a bit, shaking it out, and I'm sure it's going to be a little tired tonight. Probably a couple of ice packs to help him get through the evening, but a great effort by Felix Collins.
97 pitches, 9-7.
97 pitches is the final count for Felix Collins. Great job. Well done, young man. He's really given his Timmins team a chance here, folks. The score is 6-5 for Windsor South. Timmins is picking away inning by inning, so we'll see if the new pitcher, number 8, Alex Baudouin for Timmins, can hold back Windsor in this inning and give his team a chance with only down 1 run. A little bit of Johnny Cash in the background here, folks. Ring of Fire. Always enjoy coming to the ballpark and hearing that song. It's an old classic for some of us more senior ball fans. Here we go, we're ready to resume. Umpire calls time, or calls play. Baudouin to the plate. Collins takes ball 1.
Batting, number 16, Ben Collins.
This is Ben Collins' 4th plate appearance. Ben Collins scored a run today in the 3rd inning. And he also came in as a special pinch runner and scored as well. Came in to run special pinch run for a rookie and came in to score. Alex Baudouin now 3 balls and 1 strike to Ben Collins. Hiroki comes to the, or sorry, let's reset that. Baudouin coming to the plate. 3 balls and 2 strikes now. 3 balls and 1 strike. My apologies. And Collins swings through that. Count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. As always at this time, folks, when the first game is nearing an end, see the pitch. Strike 3. Alex Baudouin catches the outside corner.
batting, number 9, Tyler Trudell.
Tyler Trudell coming up to bat now. Trudell takes ball 1. As it is always this time in a game, towards the end of the game, the other two teams for the next game are starting to show up. The crowd, the park swells with fans and players. Oh, Trudell puts that one to third. Third baseman makes a nice play as Collins stretches to catch that at first. We've got 3 out, folks. Top half of 7 is complete. Windsor fails to score.
Baudouin finishes the inning with 8 pitches. 8.
Let's have a look at that inning, folks. There's a strikeout for Kaylee Trudell watching as Collins came out with the 97th pitch. And here we've got Ben Collins. So Alex Baudouin came in, replaced Felix, and got a strikeout and a ground out at third to first to retire Windsor South, keep them off the scoreboard. And Felix Collins and Alex Baudouin combined to give their Timmins Lynx team an opportunity to come back and win this game in the bottom of the 7th. Here we go. We're going to feature our proud community partner sponsors, MSC Cruises, Hotel on the Water, and Domino's Pizza. Folks, if you're thinking about going on a cruise at any time, like I said, I'm a former MSC Cruise cruiser. So I had a great time going through the Caribbean. Really had a blast with MSC Cruises. Came back about 20 pounds heavier. And just having a great time. They'll spoil you out there. Hotels on water. As well, Domino's Pizza, folks. If you're looking for that meal for your family, reach out to Domino's Cruises, or if you're like me, you're coming home late from the ballpark, got a little bit of a hunger on, give Domino's a call. Here we go, folks. Bottom 7th inning. Alex Baudouin up for Timmins. Ben Collins on the mound for Windsor South. Ben Collins up quickly on Alex Baudouin. No balls and 2 strikes. Timmins down by a run. They need some base runners. Oh, and Baudouin reaches for that high pitch. Strike 3. I'm sure in this situation everybody's a little bit nervous, a little bit antsy out there.
Now at the bat, number 3, Maverick Boucher.
Now coming at the bat, Maverick Boucher. Boucher got on his first at bat with a nice bunt. Let's see what Boucher can do here. Boucher shows bunt, pulls back. Call is appealed and he did not go. 1 ball, 1 strike to Boucher. It was pretty clear from our vantage point that he pulled back on that. Good job by Boucher. Oh, and Boucher swings through that. Boucher not big in stature, but really swings a bat. Boucher's looking to get on base any way he can here. That ball is high. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Boucher. That ball outside to Boucher. Count is full. Oh, and Boucher swings through that pitch. That pitch was a little bit high, but Boucher had to protect. And Boucher chases that one out of the strike zone. Ben Collins with 2 strikeouts here, looking to end this game. Fans from both sides yelling out words of encouragement for their players. This ball high to Aaron Verbeek. This is a 4th plate appearance for Aaron Verbeek. Aaron had, last inning he had a base hit and scored a run. 2 balls to Aaron Verbeek. Ben Collins working quickly, maybe a little bit nervous. Fans are yelling out words of encouragement for him. Here's the pitch, and that one's bounced in. 3 balls, no strike. Can't imagine Verbeek will be swinging at any of the next 2 pitches. He's got to find a way to get on base. Collins comes set. Here's the pitch. And he bounces that in as it bounces off of Kaylee Trudell. Aaron Verbeek on first base with a walk. Curious to see if he's going to try and steal second and get in the scoring position. Time is called. The pitching coach for Windsor South, Doug Sadler, comes out. Oh, yeah, let's look back at the 2 first strikeouts for Collins. Here's Alex Baudouin up to bat. And you can see him offering at that pitch out of the strike zone, just trying to get a piece of that. And now Boucher, again, same situation, couldn't hold back on that. And we're back, folks. Here's Ben Collins. Comes set. Here's the pitch. A little bit high to Brody Vachon. Ball 1. Verbeek takes the lead. Collins, strike 1 for Collins. 1 ball, 1 strike. Verbeek not taking much of a lead. Doesn't look like he's going to be stealing second. He's only about 2 steps off the bag. And that ball bounced in, and a great job by Kaylee Trudell to keep that in front of her and keep Verbeek at first base. 2 balls, 1 strike to Brody Vachon. Oh, and that's catches the outside part of the plate, top of the strike zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Oh, and Vachon stays alive as he fouls that right back to the backstop. Verbeek really looks like he's planted on first base. Doesn't want to attempt a steal here. That ball bounced in, and Verbeek goes down to second, and there's no throw. Verbeek now in scoring position for Brody Vachon with a 3-2 count. Collins looks in for the sign, comes set. Here's the pitch. Fouled off. And the Timmins dugout is yelling words of encouragement for Brody Vachon. Collins toes the rubber, looks for the sign. Comes set. Here's the pitch. Oh, another fouled off. Folks, we're going to take a little break here. The umpire took that on the hand. Umpire looks like he's fine. He's ready to get back. Here's the pitch. And on the appeal, Vachon did swing at that. Trudell applies the tag. 3 are out.
Big round of applause for these two teams.
Windsor South wins this epic battle 6-5. Great game for both these teams. Folks, our next game is going to be at 3 o'clock. It'll feature the Mississippi Whitecaps against the East Nepean Eagles. Be sure to join at Steve and Chris 6 for this game. They will be announcing and broadcasting this game for you. Just remember to check their Twitter handle out at Steve and Chris 6. Put a challenge out to everybody to get 50 followers. And if they get 50 followers by 6 p.m., they will donate $50 each to the raffle fund here to help support the tournament. Folks, I'm out of here. We'll see you later. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.